Hello friends, today I am going to explain you small signal analysis. This is the second unit topic, small signal analysis. After uh, biasing technique, so which bias technique for suppose gives the stability good. So based on that we are considering the biasing circuit, and we are taking we suppose taken that biasing circuit, and we are designing the amplifier. Okay, so we have the three kinds of biasing techniques. One is fixed bias, second one is collector base bias, and third one is voltage divider bias. Okay, so among these three biasing technique, voltage divider bias gives the good stability. So the stability factor is equal to 1. So that is we seen in last previous lectures. So you can see the my biasing technique video lecture. So why we are suppose discussing the this biasing technique means the drawback in suppose common emitter configuration. We are designing the amplifier by using a common emitter configuration. So common emitter configuration, there is a leakage current always increases. Okay, so that is called thermal runaway. Okay, so we have to make the IC current constant, so we can suppose make the operating point in active region. Okay, so active region means emitter base junction forward bias and base collector junction reverse bias, because we are using transistor as an amplifier, right? So we must operate the transistor in a active region only. If you want to use transistor as a switch, you can operate the transistor this operating point in a above the active region, that is called a saturation region, and below the active region, that is called a cutoff region. Okay, so now we are designing a amplifier by using the common emitter configuration. Why? Because that provides the voltage gain and current gain high, so ultimately power gain is high. When you see the common base and common collector configuration, so power gain is less, because in common base configuration voltage gain is high but current gain is less than 1 unity. When you see the common collector configuration, current gain is high but voltage gain is less than unity. So so based on that parameter, we are not considering the suppose design the amplifier. So we are using a common emitter configuration. So common emitter configuration gives the power gain is high. Okay, so that is the reason we are taking common emitter configuration. By using a voltage divider bias, we are designing the amplifier. Okay, so the amplifier, when you apply the for suppose a low signal and high signal, okay, so that is called a small signal or a large signal. Okay, so when you apply the small signal to the particular amplifier, common emitter amplifier, single stage or a double stage amplifier, so what is the suppose the frequency response of this amplifier, that is called a small signal amplifier, small signal amplifier. So when you apply the low voltage, so we can say low voltage means less than 5 volts, millivolts, you can suppose apply the less than in terms of low signal means the amplitude is low. Okay, so when you apply the low signal, so we must study the small signal analysis. So when you apply the large signal, so that is called a power amplifier. Okay, so this small signal amplifier is also called as a voltage amplifier. So when you apply the large signal to suppose amplifier circuit, that is called a power amplifier. Okay, so that is will the large signal amplifier we can discuss by using the suppose operating point. Okay, and small signal analysis we are doing by using the H parameter model. Okay, so when you apply the small signal low voltage to the amplifier at low frequency, the reactance of circuit capacitance is high, so amplitude is low. Okay, so when you increase the frequency, so the gain is increases. So you can observe the here in graph. So the graph is gain versus frequency. Okay, x-axis is frequency and y-axis is gain. Okay, so when you apply the frequency, low frequency, the reactance of circuit capacitance, the reactance of circuit capacitance is high, so that will allow the small signal, and that is get amplified by the amplifier circuit, and that will produce the suppose a low gain. Okay, at low frequency the amplifier produce the low gain, and slowly we are increasing the frequency, the gain increases at a certain point. That means after corner frequency, after cutoff frequency, your gain is start increasing. Okay, at a certain stage the reactance become zero, that will allow the maximum amount of signal, and your current is a maximum. So current maximum means voltage gain is also maximum. Okay, so at mid frequency the gain is constant, and again high frequency your gain is decreases. Okay, so that is the reason why suppose at low frequency what happen means the circuit capacitor reactance is high. So xc is equal 1 by 2 pi rc, xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi rc. So when suppose the frequency increases, capacitor reactance is decreases. When frequency increases, capacitor reactance is decreases. That means xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi rc. Okay, so 1 by 2 pi rc. Okay, 1 by 2 pi r fc. Okay, so frequency increases, capacitor reactance is decreases. That is we can observe at low frequency gain is low, and when you increase the frequency gain increases, and at mid frequency your gain is constant, and high frequency again gain decreases. Why? Because the gain circuit capacitance. Okay, that means the device capacitance means emitter base junction capacitance reactance decreases. So IB current start flowing through the collector base junction, and so your IB current is decreases. So IB current decreases means IC current decreases. See, IC is equal to beta times of IB. When IB decreases, your IC decreases. So IC decreases means current gain decreases. So current gain decreases means what happen means voltage gain decreases. Why? Because the voltage gain formula AV is equal to 1 by 2. AV is equal to AI. AV is nothing but voltage gain, and AI is nothing but current gain. AI into RL by RN. Okay, so that is the voltage gain formula that will see in analysis part. Okay, so that is the reason at high frequency current voltage gain decreases at high frequency. See the frequency response again. I am going to explain you now. See, at low frequency gain slowly, at zero frequency gain is zero. When you increase the gradually frequency, the gain increases. Okay, so why suppose at low frequency gain not maximum means circuit capacitance reactance is very high, so that will that can't allow the maximum amount of suppose signal. Okay, so that is the reason at low frequency voltage gain is low, and at mid frequency the circuit capacitance reactance become zero. So that way that will allow the maximum amount of signal, and that signal is get amplified by the BJT device, and you will get the maximum constant voltage. Then after that the device internal capacitance, reactance is decreases, and your IB current divided. So IB current decreases means IC current decreases, so current gain is decreases. So that is the reason at high frequency voltage gain decreases. Okay, small signal response is analyzed using the H parameter model. Why not suppose Y parameter and Z parameter means, see, by using Z parameter we can calculate only impedance. Okay, so by using H parameter, Y parameter, we can calculate the only admittance. Okay, that is the reason we are not taking suppose for analysis purpose Z parameter and Y parameter. The response of the amplifier depends on frequency consideration. Okay, the frequency response curve of RC coupled amplifier, there are three regions: frequency, low frequency, mid frequency, and high frequency. The difference between high and low frequency is the bandwidth. This, so bandwidth nothing but the difference between the higher cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency. See here F1 and F2, that indicating F1 is a lower cutoff frequency and F2 is higher cutoff frequency. Okay, so the difference is called bandwidth. So bandwidth locates the maximum constant signal. Okay, so band suppose a band pass signal we can say. So in that bandwidth you will get the up to that frequency your gain is constant, that representing up to that frequency gain is constant. Okay, so that is called bandwidth. Okay, so bandwidth formula is BW is equal to FH minus FL, F2 minus F1 you can say. And how to suppose calculate the bandwidth means the maximum gain by root 2 we can divide. So you'll get the corner frequencies. So if you draw the line, so the meeting point of that frequency is called a lower cutoff frequency, and similarly at a higher side this end F2, that is called higher cutoff frequency. So the difference between a higher cutoff frequency to minus lower cutoff frequency is called bandwidth. Okay, so this is a frequency response of common emitter amplifier or RC coupled amplifier or single stage RC coupled amplifier. So we can analyze by using the H parameter model for an amplifier. The equivalent circuit of transistor can be drawn using a simple approximation by retaining its essential features. Okay, so why we are considering this H parameter model means, so we can calculate all the parameters means to analyze any amplifier we should know what is the input resistance, okay, what is the output resistance, and what is the voltage gain and what is the current gain. So these are all amplification factor we are calling generally this H parameter model. Parameters are amplification factor because we are using amplifier, we are analyzing the amplifier. So we can say the in amplifier, so the terms will be changed. Generally the circuit we are saying resistance, so here in amplifier impedance we are calling. Okay, so thus the equivalent circuit will add in analyzing transistor circuit easily and rapidly. Transistor can be treated as two-port network. The terminal behaves of any two-port network can be specified by the terminal voltages V1 and V2 at ports 1 and 2 respectively, and current I1 and I2 retaining ports 1 and 2 respectively as shown in figure. Okay, so this is a two-port network structure. So in two-port network, see the transistor we are using in transistor one side suppose one port one side and input port we are saying, and output side is output port 2. So port 1 and port 2, so that's why we are calling this a two-port network. Okay, input port and output port. Okay, so at the input side we are giving current, that is called I1 current, and voltage is V1 voltage. Okay, so V1 voltage and I1 current respectively, and output side V2 voltage and I2 current. Okay, so in this two-port network there are four variables. Okay, V1, I1, I2, V2. Okay, so in this V1 and I2, these two are the depending variables, and I1 and V2 are the independent variables. Okay, so this is called a hybrid parameter. H parameter is also called as a hybrid parameter. So if the input current I1 and output voltage V2 are takes as independent variable, the input voltage V1 and output voltage I2 can be written as, so this is the equation So generally this equation we can suppose write by using the suppose in matrix form. So independent variable equal to, so v1 I2, suppose we can write in matrix form, and h11 h12 h21 h22, it is multiplying with suppose I1 and v2, which are the suppose sorry v1 and I2 are depending variables, I1 and v2 are independent variables. So this independent variables multiplied with h parameter factors, and you will get the suppose v1, these two equations. Okay, v1 is equal to h1 h11 I1 plus h12 is equal h12 v2, and I2 is equal to h21 I1 plus h22 v2. The four hybrid parameters h11 h12 h21 and h22 are defined as follows. So when you suppose want to h11, we have to make the v2 constant. Okay, so when you are seeing configuration, we are making suppose we can draw the h parameter this values from the C configuration. From the configuration also we can draw. See, when you are suppose seeing the input characteristics, we are making output voltage constant, right? So to get the input parameter, input voltage and input current, so we have to make the suppose v2 constant. Okay, so when you make the v2 constant, you will get the h11 is equal to v1 by I1. So this representing voltage by current, so impedance this represent. So input impedance with the output port short circuited. Okay, so h12 here we are making suppose I1 constant 0, so you will get the output admittance. Okay, so I2 by v2, so this is a reciprocal of impedance, so we can write admittance y0 is equal to I2 by v2. Okay, then similarly h12 is equal to, when the I1 is constant, so you will get the reverse voltage gain. Okay, so here generally the voltage gain v2 by v1, output voltage by input voltage, but here we are getting suppose the making constant I1 equal to 0, h12 is equal to v1 by v2. So we are calling this parameter reverse voltage transfer ratio with the input part open circuited. Okay, then similarly h21 is representing forward current gain. Okay, so I2 by I1, so when you are making v2 is equal to 0. So from this h parameter model, we can calculate the input impedance, okay, output admittance, and voltage gain and current gain. Okay, so to analyze any amplifier circuit, these are the parameter required. Okay, so that we can suppose analyze the amplifier. That's why we are taking the h parameter to analyze this circuit. Okay, so dimension of h parameter as follows: h11 is equal to ohms, because impedance v1 by I1, so the dimension of units of impedance is ohms, and admittance, so that is representing with the mho, and current gain and voltage gains representing dimensionless. Okay, as the dimensionless are not like they are hybrid in nature, and this parameter are also called as hybrid parameters. Okay, so you can see the equations here. Hybrid model for two-port network equations. So if you remember this two, no need to remember, you can suppose do the matrix, you will get these two equations. Okay, so here v1 and I2 both are depending variables, and here h11 I1 and v2 are independent variables. So h parameter h11 matrix form, h11 h12 h21, so h22 it is multiplying with suppose I1 and v2. Okay, so we will get this one. So we can represent here when you suppose see the H11 is equal, that is representing input impedance, so we can replace the H11 Hi and I1 plus H12. When you see the H12 value, reverse voltage gain ratio, okay, so we can write HR, reverse voltage gain, H suffix R, so that is representing reverse voltage gain. And next one, I2 is equal to HF. HF means forward current gain, forward current gain, so we can write H21, in place of H21 we can write HF, okay, so that is a forward current gain. And here we can write H0. H0 is the output admittance, okay, so output admittance, so we can write like this, replace the H parameter. So this is the generally H parameter model for configuration, H parameter model for configuration, any configuration. So here we are not representing any configuration. Generally this is a structure for a transistor, okay, so input side we are representing input resistance. So by using that two equation we can draw the H parameter model. By using that two equation we can draw the H parameter model. So V1, that is representing Thevenin equivalent, so if you apply the KVL you will get the same equation, so that is called V1 is equal to I1 into V1 is equal to I1 into Hi plus HR into V2, okay. And this side, output side, that is the Norton equivalent we can write. So Norton equivalent means a current source equivalent, parallelly we can write the resistance. So current source HF I1, so if you apply the KCL, so you can write this equation, so that is represent Norton equivalent, and this side input side representing Thevenin equivalent. So this is the replacement of a transistor device. This circuit, this model is representing here transistor replacement, okay, not circuit, okay. So this is only in place of transistor we can add this H parameter model, okay. So these all are the internal factors, okay. HIE is nothing but internal resistance of transistor device, okay. And HR V2 is reverse voltage gain ratio, and this side current source parallelly resistance we can write. We can suppose we should draw the resistor parallelly, and voltage source we know the principle. So this is a structure of H parameter model for a transistor, okay. See in this for suppose if you want to replace this H parameter model for CE configuration, so now I1 is become IB, input current is base current for a CE configuration, okay, and the input voltage is V1, so VBE, it becomes the VBE for CE configuration, okay. And V2 is nothing but next V1 is VBE, it becomes the VBE for CE configuration, and I1 is become IB because input current is IB current. Then HIE it becomes the HIE, okay. So HI is now for C configuration. See the third term is representing configuration, and second term is representing parameter. Which parameter for suppose okay. So this is the V2 is output voltage for C configuration. V2 we can write VCE voltage between collector to emitter, VCE, and HIE. So first third letter is representing configuration. HIE is nothing but emitter configuration. For suppose HIB is not base configuration. For suppose HIC C is representing third letter is C, so that is representing common collector configuration, okay. And the second letter is particular parameter. Which parameter means that is for suppose current gain or voltage gain, for suppose input impedance or output impedance. So that is representing the second letter. Okay, so here hi is input impedance. Okay, so hi, so it become hi. Now it becomes the for configuration HIE, and HRE, and V2 is VCE, that is we'll see in the next slide. So HF, so that become now HFE, and I1 IB, and H0 HOE it becomes. Okay, so this is a hybrid model for two port network. Okay, so what is the suppose the use of this h parameter model? H parameter model, what is the use and why we are suppose taking account taking for analyzing the amplifier circuit? Okay, so the uses means see the manufacturer depends on the this h parameter values. Okay, so based on that h parameter value, taking in account, and they will manufacture the transistor. Okay, so how much suppose resistance, how much suppose output impedance, this all taking in account, and they will suppose make the transistor. So use of h parameter to describe a transistor have following advantages. Okay, h parameter are real numbers up to the radio frequencies. Okay, they are easy to measure. Okay, so we can easily measure the h parameter model, h parameter values. They can be determined from the transistor static characteristics curves. Okay, so we can write the h parameter values from the transistor characteristics directly. So from the input characteristics, we are making output voltage constant, so we will get the suppose current gain and input impedance. Okay, like that we can easily determine from the transistor static characteristics. They are convenient to use in any circuit analysis and design. Okay, so easily convertible from one configuration to other. So we can suppose convert the h parameter one configuration to another configuration, readily supplied by manufacturer. Okay, so these are the advantages, very important. They may be ask you to in 2 marks. Okay, what is the advantage of h parameter, h parameters, and what is the use? Okay, so advantages means they are real number, easy to measure, can draw the you can determine h parameter model from the transistor static characteristics, and convenient to use in circuit analysis and design. Okay, these are the advantages. Okay, h parameter means hybrid parameter. Okay, so these are the advantages h parameter. So the transistor hybrid model C configuration. See, when you use the C configuration, the things become like this. In common emitter configuration, transistor configuration, the input signal is applied between the base and emitter terminal of the transistor, and output appears between the collector and emitter terminals. The input voltage now it becomes VB, and output voltage, output current is IC, are given by the following equation. Okay, so v1 means input voltage is base emitter voltage, and HIE, so HIE is representing configuration, HIE is representing the configuration, which type of configuration we are using. So we used here common emitter configuration. So that letter representing here HIE. Okay, IB input current, HRE, VCE, so generally VCE should come there, IC. So here in place of IE, that is IC, it's not IE. IC is equal to HFE, because output current is collector current, no? So output current is collector current. So in place of IE, so you can write IC. You should write IC. Okay, output current is collector current, but both are same. You can write HFE forward current again, and IB plus HOE into VC. So this is the configuration replacement by using the h parameter model. So transistor is we replace it like this. Okay, so if you use input side any resistance, if you connected any resistance that is come after base emitter side, so this is a replacement of C hybrid model to C configuration. So input side VBE input voltage and IB input current. Okay, the symbol, the base junction having some resistance that is represented by HIE, and so these four factors having IEEE standard values. So HIE is 1 into 10 to power of minus 27 minus 6, like that. Some IEEE standard values will be there, so that will show you in the next slide. So you should remember that values. Okay, so VCE into HRE, that is not HFE, HRE, reverse voltage gain, no, HRE, HFE into IB, and HOE, HOE, that is not HCE, that is HOE. Okay, VCE. So this is the replacement transistor. After that, if you connect any load resistor, so that will come in between collector and emitter terminal. Okay, so this is just a replacement of a transistor device. Okay, so see the all configuration replacement by using H parameter model, hybrid model, and equation for the transistor in 3 different configurations are given below. See the C configuration, so C, CC and CB configuration. So for a C configuration, the VB is input voltage, VBE, or we can write VB, so HIE IB plus HRE VCE, and output current IC is equal to HFE, IC is equal to HFE IB, and plus HOE VCE. Okay, so this is for C configuration. Common collector configuration, input current is IB and output current is IE. Okay, taking output across emitter terminal. Okay, and collector is ground, that's why it's the common collector configuration. And the parameters only in place of HIE we representing HIC, and input current is IB plus HRC, output voltage is emitter voltage. Okay, and output current is IC, means in place of IE, in place of IC for CE configuration we are taking IE current. So that is the output current. Okay, output current is depends on input current, that's why we are saying this is the independent depending variables. Okay, so IE is equal to HFC IB plus HOC VE. Similarly CB configuration, so input base is common for input and output. So input configuration, this is a common base configuration, and a replacement of this transistor device, and this structure. Input voltage is VE, input voltage is VE, and input current is IE, output current is IC, and output voltage is VC. Okay, so only the configuration representation IB. Okay, so this is the 3 configuration H parameter model, H parameter model for 3 configurations. Okay, so